call order the August 6th, 2025 meeting of the Personnel Committee. First item on the agenda is to approve the July minutes.
Move for approval. Second.
A motion and a second to approve the July minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Next up, for another opportunity, is Mr. Corey George.
Good morning.
Morning.
I am here today to talk about some staff transitions. As you all know, August the 15th will be my last day with the department. Upon confirmation of my departure, I had a conversation with Barry as personnel chair and with Kim as HR director to have a conversation about my replacement and the plan that might take place. 11 years ago, when I was appointed by the judges to serve as chief probation officer, they appointed me and gave me the opportunity to appoint Adam. So it had been some time, and I know things are a little difficult with budget processes and personnel practices. Got some information from Barry, got some information from Kim, and met with the judges, and it was the judges' choice to appoint the next chief probation officer and assistant chief probation officer. That fell in line with, I believe, what personnel was thinking, as well as HR. Effective August 18th, Adam McQueen will be your next chief probation officer. And Jason Moore will serve as your next assistant chief probation officer. Obviously, that's pending review with you all, and then those appointments coming down over the next week or so. So really was here to talk about that transition, talk about the plan, and make sure that aligns with your policies and practices as well.
So we've adopted the policy for reviewing and posting of open positions in the county. This is one of those unique things that we talked about through that process. As an employee of the court and under the authority of the judges, it's not incumbent upon us to authorize posting and going through that process. We did work with Kim and then provided Corey the opportunity to come this morning and update us on what the judges' appointments are going to be. I think that in fairness though, Corey, I'd like you to introduce Adam and Jason that are here.
So Mr. Adam McQueen. Adam has been with the department for a little over 20 years. For 11 years served as my assistant chief probation officer. Has done a little bit of everything for the office. Most days he does most things for the office. Juvenile probation, adult probation, headed up a lot of court grants, Supreme Court grants, interpreter grants. So I'll turn it over to Adam for
just plan to continue those things. Obviously, we'll be transitioning some of those things around between myself, Jason, and Jennifer, our community corrections director, Jennifer Omas as well. But look forward to working with you all as I have.
Congratulations.
And Jason Moore. Jason, prior to this, served as one of our adult probation officers assigned to circuit court. He's been with our office for just over 6 years, but prior to that, spent a significant amount of years with the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, doing a lot of different policy work, special patrols, different assignments there. And then also spent some time with the Excel Center. So Jason brings a tremendous skill set and a lot of experience, and I think is excited as well.
Definitely. I appreciate it. Internally, the support, obviously the support from the judges. I know some folks here in this room also lent some support to this appointment, so I'm grateful for that. I look forward to supporting Adam and Jennifer as we move forward. And unfortunately, say goodbye to Corey, but I know he's moving on to great opportunities, and I'm happy for him as well. So thank you.
One change I should have noted, it was on my list to do, but as part of this transition, Judge Cox has made a decision to withdraw from the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative. We have been in that initiative for 11 years as well, my whole tenure as chief. We've done some pretty incredible things, in my opinion. Some people don't necessarily like when we don't detain a youth. We've trained over 500 teachers and law enforcement officers in teen brain training, taken on trauma-informed practices. We partnered with United Way. The list goes on and on. So it wasn't just about not detaining kids. But regardless, when Judge Cox took the bench, he was contemplating that. When Gina left us just about a year ago, we did not replace her as co-coordinator. I took on all those duties. And so with my departure, Judge Cox is elected to withdraw from that. So notice was given to the Supreme Court. We are going to stay on as a data partner. We have 11 years of rich data. We continue to partner with Dr. Minji Parker at IU East to analyze that. And it keeps the door open for future opportunities. So with that, the JDAI job duties that I had were part of my job description. There was an increase in pay for those additional duties. So those I've been working with HR to take out of Adam's job description, and we kind of go back to the old model from before JDAI. So still working through some of those kinks, but that would be one change as well.
Well, Corey, I want to wish you best of luck as you move on. This was bittersweet. A good friend of mine in another county actually hired him for another position, and he and I have talked on the phone in regards to that.
So you could have stopped it?
No.
Just,
But, thanks for everything you've done here at the county before being chief and then stepping into those shoes, big shoes to fill. Adam, you have big shoes to fill. The probation department is better off, the court system is better off for the things that you've done, the leadership that you've provided. So thank you very much. And with that,
I want to add to that also, because I've worked with Corey and Adam, but probably Corey more the last couple of years when Bob Chambliss first got sick. And I keep, going back to Corey for things, and he's just been wonderful to work with. And it's really, really a big loss for this county, and we have no idea. Having said that, that's not that Adam can't step up and will, and Jason and Jennifer, and do a fantastic job because they had a great teacher. But thank you for all you've done. I appreciate it.
I'd like to add a little to that. Corey's great to work with. He had a great teacher to begin with, and I'm sure he's taught Adam every bit of what Bob taught him. So congratulations on your new opportunity. And I've said I've never wanted to stop somebody from advancing themselves. So good luck to you.
Thank you.
It's been a great 20 years, my friend. You've done a great job. Thank you. Jason and Adam, congratulations. I know you guys will do a great job. You make me feel old, but other than that.
You are.
That made me feel old.
Hey, yes, old Jeff.
anybody else?
Yeah.
As well want to add my remarks. You've done a great job, and you're very cooperative with us, always available, answered questions, came to us and kept us informed as needed, and we appreciate that. I'm sure that will continue with Adam and Jason, and we look forward to working with them. But I wish you the best going forward. You're going to a great town. Boil her up.
Can we strike that from the record?
Too late, it's on the TV now.
Live stream.
I do want to say thanks. Had that on my list here, and I don't know if I could have pulled it off. I still don't know if I can, so I'll just keep it simple and say thanks. But I came in as a 21-year-old intern, and was given opportunities that I just can't thank you enough for. Great mentors, great leadership, and it was a privilege to serve the community, the courts, and to work with you each. You're right, I had a tremendous mentor, lots of mentors in this business, and I pass the torch as much as I can. So thank you to each of you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Okay, next on the agenda, Sheriff Redder.
Good morning, and thank you for seeing me today. I have two.
You probably want to speak up a little bit, Randy, in case you were here earlier, that mic's not working.
Yeah, I will.
Sorry.
I will try to project my voice better. So I have two open positions that I'll be asking for those to be reconsidered and reposted. The first, which has been open for almost a year now, and is the part-time food service cook. This position is certainly one that's needed. You know, we have the duty to continue to service our inmates and feed them, but more importantly, the staff that are working with them have been working a tremendous amount of overtime. They've adjusted their schedules in order to compensate for this vacancy, and we have been diligently trying, but it's incredibly hard to hire someone part-time, especially in that position. We did have one person that we'd given a job offer to, and they didn't even show up on the first day. So I would ask that you consider keeping this position, as it is very well needed. In fact, to illustrate one of those adjustments that's made, the manager, Ann Powell, who manages my kitchen, she typically would work a 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. schedule in order to be able to have contact with all of the shifts that work. She is actually working 3:30 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. just to fill in spots. So that's one of the several adjustments that were made just in order to cover that. So it doesn't really even give her the opportunity to manage the kitchen as efficiently as she could. So again, I would hope that you would continue to provide for this position and advertise, or continue advertising this.
Sheriff, how long has that position been vacant?
Well, it'll soon be a year. August 13th, I believe, was the date that it was vacated.
So this position has been posted for the better part of a year.
Yes.
But in accordance with the new policy, it was pulled.
Correct.
For obviously a refresh. And how, you said your manager has shifted their hours. Are you covering the balance of those hours through overtime, other employees?
Yeah, there are other shifts in order to other shifts of shifts, if you will. They've moved personnel to cover those vacancies, and the one thing that is probably just as disturbing is all. Most of the time, people are taking, instead of like most of us traditionally would take a week's vacation, because of the scheduling, most people are taking like one day off here and another day off there. So they're not getting a traditional vacation or break. And as you know, without that time to reset and recharge, that leads to burnout, and it leads to more people considering moving to other jobs. So.
Because it's been vacant for a year, and not had an influx of applications, are there things that need to be done to amend that job, change that job, entice or attract qualified applicants? Because if we approve it being posted, obviously the past year shows us we're probably not going to get an applicant doing what we've always done. So is there a plan to do something different?
Well, the initial plan is to be able to recruit better and advertise better, but as far as what your question really kind of alludes to, my only change to that would be to make it a full-time position. I realize that we may not be in a position countywide to be able to offer such a position. So that's, my plan was to work with what I have currently and try to do my best to recruit for that.
Sounds like we need to let him make his attempts now, but before too long, if he's not been successful, come back to us and discuss options to improve this situation. I would move that we allow the reposting of this part-time food service position.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. So you can work with HR.
Okay, thank you. Second item that I have is, I just received notice a few days ago that one of my full-time jail clerks, who works a day shift, will be leaving. Her last day will be August 17th. This is a critical position within the jail. As you may know, they are in charge of operating all of the doors and security, plus they tend to items, the public comes into our jail, they tend to items for them, which varies widely, anything from receiving bond monies to helping with other cash issues, getting monies into inmates for their funds, plus providing civil process at times. So they do a tremendous amount of work. It's a critical position within the jail, and I would ask that we be able to continue with this position and advertise for its replacement.
This one is a fresh request that the sheriff brought to HR and I yesterday afternoon. And so because it is a critical position of controlling the doors and security in the jail, we allowed the sheriff to come yet this morning and ask for this job to be reposted. I have a motion.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Sheriff, I have one question. Currently, what's your staffing situation, vacancy-wise?
We're actually in a good position. We just had a discussion yesterday, and considering all the conditional offers that we have on the table right now, I believe we only have 3 openings left in the jail as far as deputies, corrections officers, and soon have 4 with this position. So we're in a very good position. Our strategies are working, but if I can only find a cook. So,
So is the temporary civilian correctional strategy that we transferred money, is that working?
that's been a huge help. It would not be enough to cover long-term vacancy in this clerk's position, I will say that. But it's been a huge help because every time that I can have one of those positions filling in, it leaves additional staffing in the jail itself to take care of those critical security issues. So yes, it is working very well.
Good.
Question I was gonna ask, this position, the jail clerk, will that be possible somebody within will bid on that? Put your application in on that, or you hire somebody?
It is possible. Historically, what we've seen is some people that are in part-time positions have moved to full-time position like that. For someone to come from like a civilian corrections officer to go to a clerk's position would be a significant pay cut. So I don't know that that would be a transfer unless they're at that point in their life. I don't know if that answers your question.
I just was questioning, maybe the trust you put in that person to open doors and check visitors in and stuff. That'd be quite a responsibility, I would think.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, next on the agenda reads a discussion regarding enforcement mechanic position. That also is a request to post, just as a reminder to everyone and for the viewing public, in the 2025 budget, we created an additional mechanics position at County Highway to facilitate retirements and training, and transferring the responsibility of the mechanics garage and the sheriff's department back to the sheriff. That's in the budget. Between commissioners and the sheriff and Mike at County Highway, that was on their agenda to do, but obviously had other more pressing matters. It came back to our attention last month, so we started working on that. Kim has worked with Major Moore to revise the job description for the county mechanic, and we would like to have council approve the posting of that position and start accepting applications as the sheriff and Mike and the commissioners work through an agreement for the responsibilities of that mechanic at the sheriff's office. That important matter there is that mechanic's position not only is responsible for all the sheriff's fleet, but will also be responsible for maintenance and upkeep of the county fleet of vehicles, not inclusive of County Highway. And so they're needing to work through those, what that would look like. But the ask is authorization to post that mechanic's position.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Question?
We have a
It doesn't
motion,
say anything
second
about
discussion.
the job description, or is the job description updated with the salary?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Not, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Councilman Ritter, do I have one more
Nope.
thing? I would just wanted to ask for council's consideration for the full-time jail clerk's position, to move that into the exempt status, same as, even though it's a civilian position, the same as the jail deputies and the merit deputies and the civilian corrections officers, because it is a critical position, critical to the workings of the jail, critical to the security of the jail, and it's something that I, in order for me to fill that void, would potentially reduce the security of the facility, to go for a long period of time. So time is of the essence to get that position refilled, and if we have a future vacancy, I would like to be able to start that process as soon as I get notice from the individual that's meeting.
You know, your latest report on the stability and the staffing of the jail is encouraging, that the exceptions that were made for jail officers, where that posting just remains, and not going through these steps. You know, we hope we don't have to worry about that. But so your ask is to include the jail clerks in the same exception as jail officers, correctional officers, and enforcement officers.
Correct.
We have a motion.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion second. Any discussion?
I might respectfully suggest that at least we consult with HR and make sure we're comfortable that it is an exempt position under the Fair Labor Standards Act, because the biggest mistake we can make would be to exempt a position that didn't qualify.
Yeah, let me define exempt. Exempt is not pay classification.
Okay.
Exempt is the sheriff will not have to come and ask us to post that. Sorry, Ron.
Okay.
Yeah, but I appreciate that. We don't want to do anything illegal. So, motion is second on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Anybody else have anything else for personnel? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.